This is the Football Show, and I'm delighted now to welcome the Sheffield United manager, Chris Wilder. Chris, a very good morning to you. I want to start by asking you, first of all, what do you make of 6 tests turning positive from the 19 clubs so far? Whether or not you find that encouraging, bear in mind the numbers, which I think is 748 in total, so less than 1%. And also, what are the immediate challenges you face right now in the first baby steps of returning to training?
Well, obviously, not being an expert in the situation, not really knowing what to expect. Really, obviously, a lot of speculation flying about, and yeah, there's a lot of people tested yesterday, so I think that the signs are encouraging. You know what the Premier League has gone through to put the amount of detail into the protocol of testing twice a week. So I know it's going to be very thorough. It has been at our football club. There's an awful lot of hard work gone into it from coaches, medical staff, doctors, you know, continuously, and people in and around the football club to making sure that this runs as smoothly as possible, and we all get through, like you said, the baby steps of the early process of returning to training. There's obvious challenges, you know, as I've just said off air there to Graham and Jamie. Our situation is a little bit more difficult in terms of the standard of our training ground compared to the teams that have been in the Premier League for 5 and 10 years. You know, we've got a couple of pitches to work with, so you know we've had to stagger our times, and everything has to be, you know, military precision, and we feel that, you know, we've organised it in a great way, but there's been some huge challenges that we've tried to overcome.
Football throws up all sorts of challenges for coaches, but this is absolutely extraordinary. We keep using the word unprecedented. So how much have you been challenged, if you like, by the current situation, working with your physios, with your medical staff, to prepare to try and make sure, although everybody's in the same boat, how can you try and give yourself the extra edge and get your players in peak condition as possible in the current circumstances? Because this is a whole new ball game, isn't it?
Yeah, and as you said, unprecedented, and rightly said about challenges for coaches and managers. I've certainly, through my journey, had plenty of challenges. I think I've got a unique insight into what happens in all 4 or 5 divisions. So through my managerial and coaching career, I've been challenged on every aspect, and not always on the green bit at 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock. So we've had to, you know, as I said, organise ourselves and get through this unprecedented period and adapt and compromise. And as I said, it's not been easy. It was never going to be easy. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I personally in love with the game, love the game of football. So we'll do whatever, you know, the experts need me to do and follow their lead. And the players, I think, are looking for leadership from myself and my staff as well, which they'll certainly get, because they're not experts as well. And they're competitors and they're footballers, and they want to get back to work, and everybody's in the same boat. The guys next door to me that were banging about at 7:30, 7:45 this morning on the building site, which is next door to my house, they're certainly back to work. And we're all in the same boat, and we understand the challenges, we understand the situation in terms of the health and when it's ready and safe to do so. But, you know, as I said, we're competitors, and we all want to get back to work, and we have to make these early steps, which I feel are encouraging for everybody.
Chris, it's Graham. You obviously know your players inside out. Have you spoken to your medical staff about, we'll have to keep a special eye on 3 or 4 of them, because, you know, at this time it's a mini pre-season, and there's a higher risk of injury to certain individuals?
I may be being
a bit them all the same work.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's all custom, but I'm in a bit of a different boat to an opinion to a few opinions that I'm listening to. You know, when we did postpone or not postpone, pause the season, you know, these players have an obligation to their profession to keep themselves right. So straight away, the programmes they were given, you know, no disrespect, they weren't in as they are or do now off to Dubai or Vegas or whatever, drinking and eating whatever they want, even though they don't do it as possibly as bad as we used to in our playing days, into Magaluf for a couple of weeks and on to somewhere else. So, you know, it wasn't.
Don't know what you're talking about, Chris. Don't recognise what you're talking about.
I'm sure I saw you there, Graham, a few years ago, a couple of places. So in the day, but they've got a professionalism about them to make sure that they're ready. I've got to say, my players are in absolute brilliant condition. We've tested them right the way through. They've got individual programs. They want to go back to work. They didn't know when this would kickstart and restart, and they had to be ready. They've, the players, especially from my point of view, my players have, climbed a big mountain to get to where they want to be in the Premier League as Premier League players. Big, obviously, challenge from us now. Going into the remaining period of the games, and obviously next year is establishing themselves, which we desperately want to do, but they've kept themselves in brilliant condition, and everybody is in a, as I said, different situation in terms of fitness, what they require, but they've been given it. They've stuck to the regime, to the programs, and come back, in great condition, and as you know, and as we all know, the competitors, and as I keep saying that, they want to get out there and get back to playing and being involved in that aspect of the game.
What you touched on regarding your training ground would suggest that your job is a lot more difficult than the big guys who have the plush training grounds with 8 to 10 pitches. Did you say you only have one pitch to work with?
Yeah, we've got one that's having a little bit of work on at the moment and getting ready for next year. So we plan that, but this is not an excuse or not a moan. These are the challenges that promoted teams have, or championship teams have, when they come into the Premier League. It's always going to be bigger and better, whether it's budgets, whether it's training grounds, facilities, staffing levels, whatever it is, infrastructure. There is always going to be the teams that are better equipped than the others. Our job now, as I've said, is to make sure that we're an established Premier League for 3, 4, 5 years, so our club can grow and move on. You look at the Burnley model, has been brilliant. I've got, as I always said, Sean Dyche and what he's done there, but Burnley, a relatively moderate-sized club, and now building their own training ground and improving the academy, going to Cat 1, and these are things in the pipeline for us to make our club a better club in the future. But these are things that we're not moaning about. It's just challenges, like I said at the start, that you have to adapt to and overcome. And the enthusiasm everybody at our football club is plain to see from our point of view to overcome those challenges.
Chris, a lot of the talk in the last few weeks has been about the teams near the bottom of the league and different situations, neutral grounds, whether you go up, go down. And it is life-changing in terms of if those clubs do drop down into the Championship. But almost, for me, feels forgotten in some ways that Sheffield United making the Champions League is almost life-changing in some ways as well. And obviously, we haven't heard too much talk from you, but you see these sort of next 9 games a huge opportunity, certainly with Manchester City's situation, that you could do something that could change Sheffield United in terms of maybe getting the better training ground, maybe bringing better players in.
Yeah, there's always an opportunity. Opportunity opened up when we got in the Premier League to see if we can make a fist of it, and we've certainly done that and been competitive straight away. Obvious promoted sides are the ones that are in danger straight away of going down, and the stats will tell you if you can establish yourselves in the Premier League for 2, 3 and 4 years, we're in a position that, let's be right about it, myself and the players, and I should imagine everybody at the football club and everybody in football wouldn't have thought we would be in, but we've deserved it. We've got the points on the board as it is, and we're hungry for more. We've lost a few. We've lost a few experiences. We understand that, playing at Old Trafford, playing at Newcastle, in front of capacity crowds towards the end of the season, playing at home. But, they pale into insignificance in terms of what's happened in the country. But, if we get back playing, which I'm really confident, and looking at what happened over the weekend to get ourselves back going, we've got some challenges at the end of the season, which we're really looking forward to, and see if we can finish this season off, which has been an excellent one from our point of view.
Chris, one last one from me. Is that one of the challenges you face when football hopefully resumes, that you continue that momentum? You've got yourself in amongst the big boys. You've had an incredible season so far, but as Jamie said, you could go from an incredible season to an almost, in terms of financially for the club, life-changing, and in terms of achievement for the club, it would be life-changing for the club as well. Is that one of the challenges, picking up where you left off?
Not in terms of from an attitude point of view, no, because the players understand the ferociousness and the intensity of the Premier League, and they'll never take the foot off the gas. And I think that's been a huge quality for us. We've gone into every game knowing that this is a huge opportunity, great opportunity of gaining another 3 points, and they'll never change. And I'll keep driving that on and driving that message, and they understand. They put themselves in a position to achieve something very, very, very special. And who knows, this situation might never come around. So knowing what the attitude of the players is, nobody knows what's going to happen in terms of, it's like the end of a season to another season. Nothing's guaranteed at the end from the end of the season if you finish well to the start of the season. But we're definitely looking like everybody else to start on the front foot and really give it a right go and leave everything out there as we always have done, and see where it takes us.